he's probably gonna give me a ticket for not having my seatbelt on. Now, what's the wrong thing to do if I'm getting pulled over and he come up to the car? Run. Nah, what run? We're not gonna run. And what's another thing we're not gonna do? Talk back, cussing, talking smack, all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
We're not doing none of that number if we get pulled over. We're not talking smack, we're not cussing, we're not telling them what our rights is, blase, blase, blah. We're not doing none of that, you understand?
Yes, sir.
We're trying to get home, and he trying to get home, cool?
Yes, sir.
And of course, the best way to not have to interact with the police is what? Not break the law, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't be speeding, put your seatbelt on, don't be riding with your cell phone in your hand, all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, if you get pulled over and you truly don't know, he probably gonna tell you already. And if he don't, just ask him why you getting pulled over, cool?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's how we gonna keep that real simple. That's the easiest way to keep the stop simple, to make sure everybody's safe, make sure you safe, and make sure everybody get back home to their family. We good?
Yes, sir.
In a nutshell, everything that Mr. Randall told y'all was pretty jam up, okay?
Yes,
One thing
sir.
you want to make an officer feel is safe. All right, that's the key, because that's what I feel. That's my key to going home, is being safe, okay?
Yes,
Just
sir.
like you want to get home, we want to get home.
All right, guys, so we got to do a follow-up video to a video that I did yesterday about the woke revolutionaries melting down and crying about a video that went viral of King Randall, who is a black conservative, teaching young boys how to deal with police in order to avoid ending up in situations like this, okay? And this video has gone viral, this video right here that I'm about to react to, and honestly, I think it's the perfect video to demonstrate why people like King Randall are right when it comes to teaching young boys how to interact with police in order to avoid the escalation of violence that ultimately could lead to them losing their lives. Because this woman right here in this video decided that it would be a good idea to act like Martin Luther Negro, to be a street lawyer, which is what a lot of these people are advocating for black people to do when interacting with police. Or, you know, they're advocating for all people to do this, really, not just black folks, but I'm just saying. They're advocating for them to act in ways that can increase the chance of them losing their lives, okay? And I think that this video right here is a perfect example of what I'm talking about in regards to how this whole situation could have been avoided had this woman basically taking that class by King Randall, showing her how to interact with police to avoid putting herself in this situation, because she's gonna find out the hard way, quite simply because she wanted to mouth off, she wanted to pop off at police because she felt like the police were unjustifiably pulling her over or, you know, questioning her, which, you know, they were justified. She's going to handle this the wrong way. And I really do believe that had she just been polite and cooperated, then she would not have found out the hard way that this is not how you deal with police. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. Your license plate comes back to a Saturn, not an Acura.
Yeah, I do.
No.
You come to an Acura. Maybe you
No.
should look it up again.
Okay, here we go. Right there from the beginning. Right there from the beginning. Police comes up. He just says, hello. And this woman immediately responds, can I help you? Right? Can I help you? Well, look, it seems like your license plate doesn't match the vehicle. Yeah, I do. Right? Yeah. You need to go look again. Right? Again, see, this is what I'm talking about. You're already escalating the situation with your mouth, okay? With your mouth. The blatant disrespect, the flippant attitude of this woman from the start of the interaction. Again, see, this is how you end up having a situation escalate, okay? I'm telling you, kindness goes a long way. Just respect goes a long way, because this guy, you know, just from the beginning of this interaction, it doesn't seem like he might be in the best mood, right? So again, when you are dealing with somebody who might not be in the best mood, again, you want to make sure that you're not doing anything to piss him off. Because again, regardless of whether or not it's justified in regard to the reason why he's pulling you over, he's still a human with a gun, okay? And there are ways to deal with humans with guns to make sure that you don't end up in a bad place, okay? It's really that simple.
I didn't run it. My partner did.
Oh, well, you need to run them again, because I went to the currency exchange. I got them changed months ago.
When did you get them changed?
What you really pulled me over for? What,
I just explained that to you.
Why your lights on? I'm parked. Yeah.
Sorry, say that one more time.
God.
Boy Young 74112 coming back on a black
I
Saturn.
want to be some
Sedan,
facts where
now black
parked.
Acura SUV.
What can y'all do to a parked
Okay,
car?
thanks. Well, you're sitting in the roadway for one. Two, your car smells like weed.
I'm parked.
I don't care. You're still on a public road.
Because I parked my car. So go pull everybody else over because...
No. We're going to start with your driver's license. Can I see your driver's license, please?
No, sir.
Okay.
Because you didn't pull me over.
Wow. Again, here comes the street lawyer stuff, right? Which is what the woke revolutionaries will tell people, nah, you need to play street lawyer. Oh, you didn't pull me over. Therefore, you can't see my driver's license. Yeah, that's what these people, they really think that's going to help in situations like this, right? Becoming a street lawyer. How many times do these people, you see it every single time, they try to play street lawyer, it don't work. It don't work, okay? You know, again, I've seen some people say, oh, well, King Randall should have got a lawyer to tell these young black men how to, state their rights, right? It's like, that ain't going to do a bit of good in a situation like this. It's not going to, okay? Because first of all, again, these people don't know the law. They don't know the law, okay? And you're better off in a situation like this complying. Had she had a better attitude, I think this situation would have went a little bit different, okay? Now, this cop says your car smells like weed. Now, he might have threw that in there just as a way to, give more reasons for why he's actually about to detain her, okay? That could be it. Now, I don't know if her car smelled like weed. Now, based off the attitude of this woman, how she's acting, who knows? Her car probably did smell like weed. I have no reason to believe that he's lying, but I'm just saying, when people try to say, well, cops will do anything, right? They'll say anything to give reasons to detain you or to get you. Well, I mean, here's the thing. That could be true, but her attitude is giving him all the more reasons to want to continue to mess with her. And I'm not saying that is right, okay? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying from a practical perspective, you got to understand how to deal with a situation to decrease the chances of a cop wanting to continue to try to escalate or having an excuse to escalate the situation. Had she just complied and just went along with what this guy is saying and stopped popping off of that mouth, denying what clearly and obviously is a valid reason for stopping her and questioning her, then she probably would have been fine, right? The situation probably doesn't get to the point where it's going to get to in a minute.
I have you detained right now because your registration doesn't come back to your car.
Can you go?
Car, because now you're under arrest. Step out.
You can't arrest.
Step out.
Don't touch me.
Step out.
Please don't touch me.
Step out of the car. You're under arrest.
Please don't touch me.
Step out of the car or I'm going to pull you out of the car.
You know, I'm down the street and the
Step
cops
out.
supposedly pulled me over. I'm parked. I literally parked my car before they even tried to get behind me. And now this man trying to pull me out the car.
Get out. You're under arrest.
He said I'm under arrest.
Get out. Get out of the car.
I'm down the street
Miss,
from the
I'm
house.
going to tell you one more time.
Okay.
Get out.
You want me to get out of my car?
Yep, I do. Get out.
So how many times he asked her to get out the car? Right? Again, regardless of whether or not you feel like it's right or wrong, okay? He already told you why he's detaining you. He asked you, hey, can I see your license? You said no. You continue to just go off, pop off at the lip, talk back, talk smack. Again, this is how 99% of these situations end up escalating to violence. 99% of them. These woke revolutionaries out here boohoo whining and crying and marching in the street for people who win Darwin Awards after acting like this, right? Because that is 99.999% of the situations. People acting like this, not complying with orders, not doing what the cop tells you to do when all you have to do is just comply. Just do what they tell you to do. And, again, regardless of whether or not you like the outcome, you're going to walk away from it probably in a much better place. But again, this is what the woke revolutionaries want. They want black folks to act like this. This is what they want. Because women that act like this, people that act like this, again, they escalate the chances of, again, force being used, and then the woke revolutionaries can go raise money off a person losing their life, right? This is what they want. This is what they want. This is exactly what they want. This person has probably been listening to too many activists, right? telling her you ain't got to do this and you ain't got to listen to the cops, and you acted like a slave, right? You a slave if you decide to simply just try to be nice and respectful and to get through the interaction without having it escalate to violence. Apparently, that's a slave mentality, right? This is what they say. This is what they're telling people. This is what they try to tell young kids. Nah, this is how you handle it. Doing stuff like this.
Get out or I'm going to pull you out.
It's gonna be recovered property at.
Okay. All right, we're done. Get out. Get out.
Don't fucking
out.
touch.
Get
Why you
out.
put me on my car?
Get out.
Why you
You're
put me?
under arrest. Now get out.
Oh, JB.
Get out. Okay. This is how we're going to do this.
Boom. She found out the hard way. Now, people like me, do I want to see her get roughed up like that? No. Do I want to see cops, again, doing that to women? No. But in that situation, it was necessary. All she had to do is just comply. Do what the cop told her to do. And had she done that, she had plenty of times to do it. Had she not been disrespectful from the beginning, had she had a better attitude, had she been more respectful, this wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have escalated to this level. She probably would have got slapped with whatever ticket or penalty they give people that, you know, have the wrong license plate. I don't know, because I don't drive around with the wrong license plate. So I have no idea exactly what the punishment would have been. But, you know, he wouldn't handle it like that. It wouldn't have escalated to that. It wouldn't have escalated to that use of force. But when you talk about use of force, right, and again, it's funny because it goes back to that video of the professor, Roland Fryer, talking about how he did find disparities in how police use lower levels of force, right? That they use lower levels of force against black people more. Well, again, this is why, right? It's right. This right here is exactly why, right? This right here is a demonstration of why you see the disparity. Because there are certain groups of people that are being told, you don't have to comply. You can be a street lawyer, right? You can tell the cop your rights and that you don't have to get out the car. That you're not going to go to jail today. That you're not going to give them your license, right? That you're not driving around with the wrong plate. You can do that. This is what they're telling folks. And they think that you're going to be able to get away with it. And then when cops have to use force, they want to boo-hoo, whine, and cry racism. Oh, when the cops are discriminating against black people, they're racist. Ain't nothing racist about this interaction whatsoever. Had this woman been white, he probably would handle it the same way, right? Refusing to comply is going to result to an escalation of use of force, no matter who you are, right? No matter who you are. But again, these types of situations right here is the type of situations they'll use to try to say this is evidence of racism. Cops are racist. There's no evidence of racism going on whatsoever in this video. This is just this woman basically putting herself in a bad situation because she doesn't know how to interact with police. It's really that simple. It's a shame that videos even have to be made like this in 2024, but apparently we got to remind people of how to interact with police in order to save your life. And see, what the woke revolutionaries will say is that they will point out some one-off situation, someone in a, not even a million, right? Like a 1 in 50 million situation in regards to interactions with police in which, yes, some black person does do everything right and the cop still ends up using lethal force, right? They'll point that out and say, well, there are situations where black people do everything you're supposed to do and they still get shot and killed. And it's a 1 out of 50 million situation, bro. That's what they'll do. But what they conveniently leave out is that situations like I just showed you is what happens 99.99% of the time when you're talking about a police officer having to use force, right? They ignore what happens a vast majority of the time that leads to justified use of force or escalation, and they'll try to point out the one time, right? One time where somebody complies, okay, and a cop still uses lethal force for whatever reason, right? They'll point that out and try to say, well, this is why all the cops are evil and we need to do this and we need to do that and this is why they're racist and yada, 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 right? This is what they do. This is what they do, right? And again, this is why they get so triggered when you try to tell people how to avoid putting yourself in this situation, because they know that cops unjustifiably killing folks is so rare in this country that it's not enough of it for them to continuously grift off of it, right? This is why they hold on to George Floyd so much, right? You notice ever since George Floyd, they can't find another one, right? They can't get another one. Even though this is supposed to be such a big problem for black people in this country, why hasn't there been another George Floyd? Why hasn't there been another one? If this is so prevalent in this country, it's because it's not, right? It's not that prevalent, okay? It doesn't happen that much. It doesn't happen that much. But they want you to think that this is happening every day, that the police are out here in the street trying to hunt down and kill black men and black people. And it's just not happening. It's just not, okay? A vast majority of the time when stuff like this happens is because the person in the situation did not comply. They mouthed off. They did things to try to piss off the officer. And they end up putting themselves in a bad situation. And most of the time, again, it's their fault. And the cop is justified in using force in order to get the person to comply. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.